My dear students, welcome to GSS Chemistry channel. In today's class, we are going to deal with preparation of another compound and its uses, namely sodium carbonate. It is part number 16 of acids, bases and salts, right? Sodium carbonate formula is Na2CO3 dot 10H2O. It is hydrated salt and it is otherwise called washing soda. For cleaning purposes, etc., it can be used. So, sodium carbonate is otherwise called washing soda. The formula associated to it is Na2CO3 dot 10H2O, and that is why it is hydrated salt. If the water molecules are lost and removed, then it becomes anhydrous sodium carbonate. Anhydrous sodium carbonate is otherwise called soda ash. Soda ash means anhydrous sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate means hydrated salt, Na2CO3 dot 10H2O. And how is it prepared and what are its uses, that you have to know. Here, the preparation is done by several methods, of course, but in our syllabus, this method is prescribed. Solvay's process. Solvay scientist named Belgian scientist. And this process is also called ammonia soda process. This is also called ammonia soda process. First of all, this involves the preparation of sodium bicarbonate, which is called baking soda. And you have to separate the baking soda, then it is subjected to heating. Thereby you will get sodium carbonate anhydrous. Anhydrous sodium carbonate then recrystallized from water. You will get Na2CO3 dot NH2. So first of all, you have to know what are the steps involved in the preparation of these sodium carbonate hydrate by using Solvay's method. We are also calling it as ammonia soda method. What are the steps involved here? It is also prepared from brine solution. Brine means sodium chloride. Okay. Sodium chloride solution is first of all saturated with ammonia. That means into the sodium chloride brine solution, you have to pass ammonia continuously. Up to what extent? Up to that extent where sodium chloride solution is completely saturated with ammonia. That means no more ammonia can be dissolved in it. That is what you call saturation. That is the first step. After saturation of brine solution with ammonia, later you have to continuously pass carbon dioxide. Passing carbon dioxide to the solution is called carbonation. And of course, procedural explanation is different. This we are taking only principle. So here, carbonation, that means passing carbon dioxide into the solution continuously is called carbonation. At that stage, sodium bicarbonate will be precipitated because it is insoluble in water. And then that sodium bicarbonate separated and subjected to action of heat. Action of heat is nothing but here calcination. Calcination means heating the ore. And thereby the ore will be splitting into compounds and gases will be obtained, gas will be escaping. Because this calcination is generally done only in the furnace. When you are using the word calcination, heating should be done in the furnace, not as you like. So here, calcination of sodium bicarbonate. Thereby, this undergoes decomposition to give you sodium carbonate. That is what we call soda ash. After the separation of sodium carbonate, it is dissolved in water because sodium carbonate, all the first group metal carbonates are soluble in water. So it is dissolved in water and then subjected to crystallization. That means it cooled gradually. Water will be evaporating. Crystals will be left behind. And so that is what we call recrystallization. Recrystallization of anhydrous sodium carbonate from water. And thereby you will get white crystals of Na2CO3 10H2O. Hydrated salt of sodium carbonate will be separated there. Water will be completely evaporated. That is what we call recrystallization. In this way, sodium carbonate dehydrate can be prepared by using Solvay's method. These are the 4 steps involved here in the Solvay's method. Up to this extent, this is the preparation of sodium bicarbonate. Taking sodium bicarbonate, Up to the reaction sodium bicarbonate. Then sodium bicarbonate heating and then decrystallization includes the sodium carbonate decahydrate. Okay. Now let us consider the reactions involved here. I am not taking the complete details of the reactions. If possible, at the end we will consider them. You are taking sodium chloride solution. That means NaCl aqua. Anyhow, H2O is present there. Aqua means what is present. You have to write down the H2O molecule also in the equation in order to balance it. Then you are passing continuously ammonia gas. After the saturation of blend solution with ammonia, then you have to pass carbon dioxide. It is also gas. It is allowed to pass through the solution. Should not allow the carbon dioxide to escape. If it is escaping, there is no reaction. How can you get the sodium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate? So it is passed into solution continuously. What happens? A precipitate will be formed. A precipitate will be formed. What is that precipitate? Sodium bicarbonate. Sodium bicarbonate is insoluble in water. Sodium carbonate is soluble in water. So sodium carbonate cannot precipitate here. Sodium bicarbonate formation chance is there, and so it is precipitated. NaHCO3. NaHCO3. That is precipitated. This is precipitate. White solid. Right? What else remains there? NaHCO3. One H remains here, H plus NH3, NH4 plus Cl remains here. So NH4Cl is the second one product formed there. Ammonium salts are completely soluble in water, so that remains in aqueous medium. So this is the precipitate, white solid, and that is ammonium chloride remaining solution, and so this is filtered. Filtered will be coming down. And so here sodium carbonate, sodium bicarbonate remains there as a solid. That solid is separated. And then what you have to do? That solid is calcination, means heating. So sodium bicarbonate is solid, is heated. Calcination means heating. Heating in furnace. Thereby it is converted into Na2CO3. You will get here Na2CO3. This is also solid. 2NaCO3. One CO3 remains here and 2H here. So that will be converted into H2O plus CO2. CO2 gas escapes. So this is anhydrous sodium carbonate is obtained. Anhydrous sodium carbonate is called what? Soda ash. In this way, soda ash will be obtained. That soda ash is dropped into water, shaken well, it becomes soluble. Clear solution will be obtained. Then it is cooled in big pans, large pans. Water will be easily evaporated and leaving behind white crystals of sodium carbonate decahydrate. So, in what we can write the equation here? Na2CO3 in solution it is present here plus 10H2O. Water molecules are also there. You will get here Na2CO3 dot 10H2O. This is washing soda. White crystals. White powder. So that is the way of preparing sodium carbonate decahydrate, which is called washing soda. These are the equations we can put down. First, brine solution passing completely continuously so that it is saturated. Later carbon dioxide is passed. Thereby sodium bicarbonate is precipitated. Ammonium chloride is remains solution. This is filtered, separated, and the solid is subjected to heating in furnace. That is what we call calcination. Thereby it is converted into sodium carbonate. Carbon dioxide escapes through the chimney of the furnace. And so here sodium carbonate is obtained, that is dissolved in water and cooled, recrystallization takes place, and you will get white crystals of sodium carbonate decahydrate. Okay, these are the equations you can write. Now let us consider the uses. Uses of sodium carbonate decahydrate. In what way it can be used? First, it can be used in the preparation of glass. Sodium hydroxide, silicon dioxide, sodium silicate, NaOH is called organic glass. So in the preparation of glass, it is used. In the preparation of paper industry, in paper industry, it is used. In the preparation of sodium, soap, because sodium carbonate is a base. Sodium carbonate is a base. Sodium bicarbonate is mild base. Sodium carbonate is somewhat basic character, more basic than sodium bicarbonate. So it is used in the soap industry. In the place of sodium hydroxide, you can use this one also. So it is used in the glass preparation, paper industry, and also soap industry. This is the first use. You can write as 3 categories or directly put together you can one use. Next, that is over. This is over. Next, it is used as cleaning agent for domestic purposes, also in laundries. Generally, it is used for the cleaning purpose, cleaning the surface, etc. This can be used, washing soda can be used easily to remove the dirt. Okay, so that is about the cleaning agent for domestic purposes. Okay, next, it is used for removing the permanent hardness of water. It is used to remove the permanent hardness of water. We have to discuss finally with the time permits. Whenever if you want to remove the permanent hardness of water, it is treated with sodium carbonate. Whatever permanent hardness creating cations are there, they will precipitate as their carbonates. They are removed and hard water will be converted into soft water. So that we will discuss later. Anyhow, to remove the permanent hardness of water, once again, the sodium carbonate process can be used. Okay, third one. It is used as a primary standard solution in the volumetric analysis. This you will do in the +2 level experiments. You have to do the volumetric analysis, you have to do the gravimetric analysis. Volumetric analysis solutions will be given, certain volume of solution is given, how much amount of the substance present there, that is estimation, volumetric estimation. It can be done only by knowing the concentration of the given solution. Acid will be given, you have to know the concentration there. If you want to know the concentration, you have to take base. And the base is nothing but sodium carbonate. You cannot take directly sodium hydroxide. Sodium carbonate is taken. Suppose 0.1 molar sodium carbonate solution prepared. And forever, after long time also, the molarity cannot be changed. That is what you call standard solution, primary standard solution. Using this primary standard solution, namely sodium carbonate, you can estimate the amount of sulfuric acid, the amount of HCl, etc. Any acid given in doing while doing the titration. While doing the titration, you will generally use indicators because acid indicator will, in acid it will be showing one color, base it will be showing another color. Using indicators, you will find the endpoint and estimate the amount. For that purpose, certainly you have to take a solution for which the molarity cannot be changed much easily, even when it is exposed to air. So you can prepare solution of sodium carbonate. Even after 6 months, you can use the same solution. The molarity will not be changed. That is why it is primary standard. So it is used as a primary standard solution to estimate the amount of the acid in the given volume. That is what you call volumetric analysis. So in the volumetric analysis, it is used as a primary standard solution. This is also very important. You are going to do it in +2 level experiments. Okay, not now. Next, it is used in the salt analysis. This is very important. A salt is given, like calcium carbonate. Name is not given, you have to find the ion, cation and anion present in the salt. That is salt analysis. You have to do the experiment for all the types of anions, whether it is chloride or sulfate or nitrate or bicarbonate, etc. For all these individual tests are there. After doing this, you have to confirm the presence of the ion. For that purpose, you have to prepare sodium carbonate extract. After preparing the sodium carbonate extract, of course, that will be obtained in salt analysis, you will confirm the presence of the anion. For the confirmation of the presence of the anion, you have to prepare SCE, sodium carbonate extract. For that purpose, sodium carbonate is used. So, in the salt analysis, we can use sodium carbonate, okay, to prepare sodium carbonate extract there. Next, in the preparation of fusion mixture means combination of sodium carbonate and potassium carbonate. Sodium carbonate, potassium carbonate mixture is called fusion mixture. It is also used in salt analysis or mixture analysis. When salt is given, one cation, one anion is present. When mixture is given, two salts will be combined. And so there will be two cations, two anions. That is mixture analysis. You will do the salt analysis in the +2 level and the mixture analysis in the degree level. And at present you have to know, that is all. So the mixture analysis, the salt analysis, this can be used as fusion mixture. Fusion mixture is the combination of sodium and potassium carbonate. This is the combination. And sometimes it so happens that the given mixture is insoluble in any solvent. Insoluble in any solvent. When the given mixture or given salt is insoluble in any solvent, without preparing the clear solution, how can you adapt the cations procedure? If you want to find the presence of any cation, you have to take the clear solution of the mixture. That is not available here because it is insoluble. If such is the salt or mixture given to you, you have to make it a solution clearly. For that purpose, you have to take fusion mixture. And fusion mixture is added to the given mixture or given salt, combined, heated together, and then it is dissolved in a particular solvent. It will be soluble. Then the cations present in the given mixture will be coming into the solution. And that is the advantage of fusion mixture. When you are using fusion mixture, the cations present in the given mixture or given salt will be coming into the solution after dissolving it in a particular solvent. That is the advantage of it. Any mixture you can take with fusion mixture, it will become soluble in a particular solvent. And that is why fusion mixture is taken in the case of mixture analysis, provided the mixture is insoluble in any solvent. This is the procedure. Okay. Generally, you will do this in the PG level. And next, used in the preparation of compounds like borax. What is borax here? Na2B4O7. Simply I am writing the formula, not water molecules here. Sodium tetraborate, sodium borate, Na2B4O7 is the borax. To prepare such salts, you have to prepare borax by the use of sodium carbonate, adding it to boric acid, you will get it. So sodium tetraborate, Na2B4O7 borax can be obtained. Similarly, some more compounds can also be obtained from this. Okay? Okay, is it clear? Please note it. Now let us consider some important words in the solids process, and what is meant by permanent hardness also we will consider if possible. We are taking brine solution into which ammonia is continuously passed. What happens there? First let us take ammonia plus H2O. It will be converted into hydrate form, ammonia hydrate, which is nothing but ammonium hydroxide. This further ionizes into NH4 plus OH minus ions. Okay. Now, if you take the brine solution, what is the brine solution? Na plus aqua plus Cl minus aqua. This is the brine solution. Aqua means water. And these are present, when ammonia is passed into it continuously, those are also present in the solution. What is it? Ammonium ion plus OH minus ion. Aqua, of course. And then continuously we are passing CO2 gas. Then what happens? Just you have to observe carefully here. These ions are present in the solution, right? So these are now converted into sodium ion, okay. Chloride ion, okay. Ammonium ion, okay. Plus these two combined, that is the peculiarity here. You will get here HCO3 minus bicarbonate ion is formed by the combination of these two. Then what is going to happen here? Na plus bicarbonate ion, these two will combine. Na plus from aqua, bicarbonate ion is also present in aqua, HCO3, aqua, this is also in aqua, you will get here sodium bicarbonate. It is insoluble. So it is precipitated. It is white solid. That is sodium bicarbonate, which you can call baking soda. That itself is the preparation of baking soda. What else remains there? Ammonium and chloride. These will combine. Ammonium ion, aqua, chloride ion, aqua. You are getting here ammonium chloride salt, but it is present in aqua, in the ionic form. So this is the actual case that is happening there. And so automatically this will be separated and heated. So you are getting a sodium bicarbonate, heating. You will get here, this is solid of course, NaCO3, white solid. Plus H2O plus CO2. In detail I am giving the, and this is dissolved in water and you are getting the decahydrate. Of course that also if you want you can write, this is the repetition only. Na2CO3 plus 10H2O. You will get here Na2CO3 dot 10H2O. This is washing soda. Right? Okay. Further, if you extend the matter, here I am wiping it out because some more I want to discuss. Carbon dioxide, where from it is obtained? Carbon dioxide, where from it is obtained? By heating limestone. Limestone is CaCO3, limestone, heating, calcination, you will get CaO plus CO2. This gas is taken here and passed into the Brent solution saturated with ammonia. Okay, CaO remains here. This is quicklime, calcium oxide, can be converted into silicate lime by dropping it in water, by dropping water there, right? So this is the way you are getting carbon dioxide from limestone. Limestone is cheaply available raw material. So what is the raw material taking here? Raw material for the preparation of these is, one is sodium chloride is cheaply available, other one is calcium carbonate, that is also cheaply available. And that is why this method is preferable. This is cheaply available. So solvent process is cheaper method to prepare sodium carbonate decahydrate. Okay. Whatever carbon dioxide is obtained here, you are getting passing into it. And after this here, one more speculity you can see here, by heating sodium bicarbonate, carbon dioxide is regenerated here. It is regenerated. Freshly you need not take calcium carbonate. That carbon dioxide will be regenerated, again sent into the solution. Again sent into the solution. And so that is regenerated. Carbon dioxide is regenerated. CO2 is regenerated, which can be used over and over again and again. Okay. Next you are getting ammonium salt here, ammonium chloride. CaO plus H2O, what anyhow present, it is converted into CaOH2S obtained from the limestone. This ammonium chloride reacts with calcium hydroxide, giving you ammonia gas plus CaCl2. You have tried here CaCl2, calcium chloride, balanced equation I am writing, 2N gases you will get here, plus H2O, plus H2O, 2H2O. In this way, ammonia gas is once again obtained. That is also recovered from ammonium chloride salt. You are not taking any amount there, freshly. So here in this case, ammonia is also regenerated. And these two can be used over and over again and again. What are raw materials you are using here? Initially CaCO3 and sodium chloride. These two only you are using. After that, you need not take any fresh CO2 and fresh ammonia. Whatever carbon dioxide is obtained in the process, you are regenerating it, reusing it. And whatever ammonium chloride is obtained, that is used to regenerate ammonia. That is once again used. And that is why salvage process is the best one to prepare sodium carbonate decahydrate, because only raw materials are cheaply available and other materials that are required here, they are also obtained during the procedure and they are regenerated and will be reused again and again. So the process is cheaper. Okay, right? Next one, I have to consider hardness of water. Where I have to write. Please note it immediately. This is extra. This is extra. Not needed, but we are discussing just for understanding purpose to make it easy. Okay. So, I am considering permanent hardness of water. I am mapping out, okay? This is extra. Hardness of water. Due to the presence of certain salts in water, hardness is created. Hard water means that water which doesn't give lather with soap easily. If you take soft water gives lather easily with soap. So that is the difference between hard water and soft water. Hardness of water, hard water, is due to the presence of dissolved salts of bicarbonates, I am writing the formula, bicarbonates, chlorides and sulfates of calcium and magnesium. This is the reason for the hardness of water. There are two types of hardness: temporary hardness, permanent hardness. Temporary hardness, why is it so? Bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium. That is temporary hardness. Temporary hardness can be easily removed just by boiling water. When boiled, calcium bicarbonate and magnesium bicarbonate is soluble in water. When it is boiled, it is converted into calcium carbonate, calcium magnesium carbonate. They are insoluble. They are precipitated. They are removed. Hardness is removed. So, temporary hardness can be easily removed just by boiling water. But in the case of calcium chloride, calcium sulfate, just by boiling, they cannot be precipitated. They cannot be precipitated. And that is why it is permanent hardness. So, permanent hardness is due to chloride and sulfates of calcium and magnesium. These can be removed by using sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate solution is added to hard water. What happens? CaCl2, for example, you are adding sodium carbonate to this. What happens? This is present in hard water. You are adding sodium carbonate solution, aqua. CaCO3 plus 2NaCl is formed. 2NaCl remains in solution. Calcium carbonate is insoluble, precipitated. Calcium is precipitated. Chloride doesn't create any hardness there. Similarly, you can take, for example, magnesium sulfate. It is also present in hot water. You are adding sodium carbonate, aqua. What happens? Magnesium carbonate is obtained. It is also insoluble in water, precipitated, plus Na-4 remains in solution. It is soluble. All the sodium is also soluble. So in this way, calcium ion and magnesium will be precipitated in the form of their carbonates by the addition of sodium carbonate. And so these two are removed, hardness is removed. So in this way, permanent hardness can be removed by the addition of sodium carbonate, because whatever calcium ion, whatever magnesium are present in the solution, which are the sole reason for causing the permanent hardness, they are precipitated and they are separated, and you will get the clear water. It is free from hardness. That can be used. That is now converted into soft water. Okay, this is the analysis you can make if you want hardness of water. This is also extra. This matter will not be given, just one word will be given in your syllabus. To remove the permanent hardness of water, sodium carbonate is used. Why is it so? This is the explanation. So just to understand, I had given all this matter, okay? So with this, the part of sodium carbonate, its preparation and its uses and explanation, extra matter, all these come to an end. Part 16 is completed. In the next class, we will deal with sodium bicarbonate, which is baking soda, and later gypsum. Of course, with these two, the syllabus will be completed for this chapter. Okay? Thank you very much for your kind watching of my video lecture. Thank you. Don't forget of subscribing my channel, that is GSS Chemistry channel. Okay? Thank you.